medication use optimization, patient preference and adherence, drug safety, affordability of medicines, quality use of medicines in community, and health economics. He has active research collaborations and linkages in over 10 countries. He has published over 110 papers, book chapters, conference papers, including in high-impact journals such as Lancet, the Lancet Global Health, BMC Public Health, etc. He is a credit of 110 publications with a total impact factor of 200 plus points, 2,200 plus citations in H-index journals, and 56 I-10 index journals. Akram is a recipient of the prestigious Best Promising Researcher Award from the UCSI University in 2016. Akram also a recipient of International Postgraduate Research Scholarship and Associated Australian Postgraduate Award from the University of Sydney. He is a recipient of Fast Track Permanent Residency Visa through Australia's Global Talent Independent Program. He is the founder and CEO of Academically. It's founded with a single goal in mind. The goal is to keep the qualified healthcare professionals across the globe, the pharmacists, the doctors, dentists, nurses, lab technicians, physiotherapists, and so on, in achieving their passions and dreams by educating and training them to acquire the necessary skills and competencies to register themselves as a certified healthcare professionals worldwide. With his elaborate academic profile, we're really honored to have our sir to give us a talk for the day. Over to you, sir.
I'll request you to wait for a few more minutes. I think he has a network issue. He got dropped, so he'll be just joining in the next few minutes.
Sure, sir, we are waiting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while we wait, we have another representative from Academically, Mr. Abdul Razak, sir, from Coimbatore. He is a senior academic relation officer in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. He has completed his BE in Italy from St. Joseph Institute of Technology, OMR, Chennai. He's got 6 years of experience in the educational industry. We are happy to have you with us, sir.
Yes, I am here. Can we start?
Yes, sir, we can start.
Please do. Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you so much. And today, basically, I'm presenting my own research. So I am not the student of I completed my Pharm D from Annamalai University. So I am one of the students of Mohandas. Okay. So before I joined basically Annamalai University, I was also in doubt basically, what was my path, where I have to go, after the B.Pharm. When I was in final year student. So seem like you are in final year student, you might thinking that, this course is not good pharmacy and there's not much jobs opportunities in India. So I am here today. I'm going to discuss the opportunities for you in abroad, especially in Australia and New Zealand. So if you have any questions, you can ask me in the English or Tamil. Abdul also in your campus. We'll try to help you all of your answers. Okay. So those are joining online, so we can ask in the chat box. So I can read the question and I will try to give the answer. Okay. So apart from these questions, apart from Australia and New Zealand, so if you have any other questions in your mind, so please do ask me because last 6 years I am basically guiding all the students to migrate in abroad. Several countries, not just Australia and New Zealand. So you have any questions related to abroad for pharmacist opportunities or pharmacy, please do ask me. Okay. So academically, why academically? Basically, I started basically, so I completed my diploma in pharmacy, bachelor of pharmacy, PharmD from India. And I worked some years as a pharmacy practice lecturer in India. Then I moved to Malaysia. I worked here around 4 years as a pharmacy practice lecturer. Then now 6 years I'm working in Australia at University of Sydney Pharmacy Practice Academic. And I'm also working in one of the hospitals there. Okay, so basically a lot of students are not aware the opportunities for them in abroad, especially in this country, especially Australia and New Zealand, because many Indians, they are just trying for US, and they are very difficult process and not getting the visa. It takes a lot of time and need a lot of investment as well. So in Australia, it's a very easy process. You can complete in India itself, exam center in Chennai itself. You can pass the exam, and then you can migrate on permanent visa or work visa with your family to Austria and New Zealand. So academically, basically provide the assistance to complete A to Z process for all healthcare professionals like medical doctors, dentists, physiotherapists, pharmacists, nurses, lab technicians, and optometrists, veterinary doctors, any medical degree or healthcare degree. And if they want to migrate, so we help them to complete the process. So basically, there are 3 steps for all the healthcare professionals. Like first, the document verification, then you need to write the exam, then English exam, then you can apply permanent visa from your home country. Okay. But today I'm going to discuss here for the pharmacist opportunities, not about the others. So we will see in detail the steps taken, how much money, how much time it will take, and what will the opportunities in Australia. So this is a little bit about me. I think they already explained. So academically, we still provided 2 services. One is the study abroad. So many students are from India. They want to go study like in MS. Then they want to pursue PhD, or they want to go registration. But personally, I do not recommend to go on this pathway, because you need at least 30 to 50 lakh Indian rupees to go to pursue any master degree in whether it is US, UK, Australia, or Canada. So what is the best pathway to migrate in abroad and very minimum investment for you? So you can do your registration in Australia or New Zealand or any other country. So if you are going in this pathway, you need to pay very minimum, basically the fees to the government, and easily you can find a job. Okay. So we provide the registration and migration services for Australia and New Zealand for pharmacists. So today's session, basically, I'm going to discuss the 3 pathways for pharmacists. One is the retail pharmacist or hospital pharmacist. So in that case, you need to write English test plus pharmacy exam, and then there's the industry pharmacist, then pharmacy technician. So if you want to register yourself as a registered pharmacist in Australia and New Zealand, then you have to complete 3 steps. So number 1 step is the called document verification or initial skill assessment, and it may take around 8 weeks to complete this process. So they will check your university degree and your registration in the home country, and then you need to write the CAPS exam. So first step we will complete behalf of you. You just need to provide us your scanned copy of your document. For example, your B Pharm or PharmD degree or M Pharm, whatever you did, degree and transcript, your passport, or your registration as a pharmacist. All these documents we need, and then you need to write a CAPS exam. So we provide 4-month online coaching for this CAPS exam. CAPS exam, the full form called Knowledge Assessment of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Okay, so they just want to check your knowledge in pharmaceutical sciences, especially in the 4 domains I will discuss later on. So you just need to go for the skill assessment or initial skill assessment or document verification. Then CAPS exam you need to write. This is the 8 centers in India currently, but your nearest center, you are in Chennai. So write exam in Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Mumbai, Pune, then Delhi, Gurgaon, and Noida. So the 8 centers currently in India. you have to go to center and write the exam. So exam conducted 3 times in a year, March, July, and November yearly. Okay. So once you pass this exam, then you need to write it. You need to pass another English test. You can go for any test like IELTS, OET, or PT. So we also provide the coaching for this. So these 3 steps we will complete. And once you completed these 3 steps, then you can apply your permanent visa. So once you pass the exam, then Australian Pharmacy Council will give you a letter. And that based on that letter, you have to apply your PR visa or apply a job. Okay? So hospital pharmacist and retail pharmacy, there is some confusion. Basically, in Indian students, they always ask me the question that in retail pharmacy or hospital pharmacy, getting the higher salary. And where is the clinical pharmacist are working basically? So in Australia, whether you are retail pharmacist or hospital pharmacist, you have to provide the clinical pharmacy services to them. Even in the retail pharmacy, also you have a separate room for counseling to your patient. So this is not like Indian pharmacies. You just give the prescription and get your medicine, and just pay the bill and go back. So here's a lot of services provided by pharmacists, whether it is a retail or hospital pharmacist. But if you want to become a clinical pharmacist or a consultant pharmacist, so for that, you need to write separate exam for that once you become a pharmacist. So whether you are a B.Pharm holder, PharmD holder, M.Pharm holder, or even you are a PhD holder, you have to write the same exam, and you need to go to the same process. So 3-step process, very easy process. You can easily complete this process. And there is no need to have any work experience. So if you just completed your pharmacy degree, so you are eligible to apply for this process. Okay. But if you want to work in industrial pharmacist or industry pharmacist, in that case, they need 2-year work experience after your bachelor degree. Okay? And pharmacy technician, maybe like a diploma holder or B.Pharm holder, they are working as a pharmacy technician, or they have at least 1 year work experience, and they can apply as a technician. So technician or assistant pharmacist, basically, they help pharmacists in dispensing in the retail pharmacy or hospital pharmacy. So they are not a pharmacist, but they are just helping to complete the process for the dispensing the medication. Okay? And some of them always ask me this about the university lecturer. Those are M.Pharm or PhD. So they can apply as a university lecturer. They need 2-year teaching experience. But the problem, university lecturer is a very, very generic term. So anyone completed a degree in engineering or social science or any other subject, they also need to apply as a university lecturer, and the competition is very, very high. So those have very high point, they will get the visa. Rest of will not get the visa. So even personally, 2 of my friends from Dehradun, they were PhD holders. They passed this exam. Now they are working as retail pharmacists in Australia. Okay. So in Australia, only 9 pharmacy college, 8-9 pharmacy college, they are offering the pharmacy degrees. So there is a opportunity to work in retail pharmacy, hospital pharmacy. So yearly, basically, they need around 2.5 to 3,000 pharmacists yearly. So that's why they are giving the visa for overseas qualified pharmacists. Okay. So whether you want to migrate to Australia and New Zealand, you have to go through the same steps you need to complete. First step, initial assessment, then CAPS exam, and then English test. Okay. But there is a three major difference in these 2 countries. So Australia does not require to have any work experience. Without working experience or 0 experience, you can migrate to Australia. Or maybe you are working, for example, someone completed pharmacy degree 5 years back or 10 years back. Now they are working in any other field. For example, they are a university lecturer, or maybe they are in the sales and marketing, pharmacovigilance, clinical research, medical coding, medical writing, or any relevant field. In that case, they will not count the work experience, so they will apply as a fresher still. Okay. So Australia does not require to have any work experience, but New Zealand required at least 1 year working experience in retail pharmacy or hospital pharmacy after you completed your bachelor degree in pharmacy. Means whether you are a B.Pharm holder of PharmD, and you are registered pharmacist in the home country, they need 1 year experience in New Zealand. Australia does not require any work experience. Okay. And second difference, basically, Australia provides unlimited attempt. If you fail, then you can write the exam properly as many times you want. But Australia, if you fail first time, you only can write second time. There is no third attempt for you. You need to clear only 2 attempts for New Zealand. And Australia is very big country compared to New Zealand, more opportunities in Australia. So better to go Australia first. Or if you want to work in New Zealand, so you can transfer your license. For example, you are a registered pharmacist in Tamil Nadu. Now you got a job in Delhi, for example. So you can transfer your license from Tamil Nadu to Delhi in India. Same for if you registered pharmacist in Australia, you can transfer to New Zealand. Or if you are going first for New Zealand, then you can transfer to Australia as well. Okay. So there are the 3 major differences in these 2 countries. Rest of the things are the same. Same exams you need to pass. But you need to decide in which country you want to migrate. For example, if you want to migrate to Australia, then you need to apply through Australian Pharmacy Council. But if you want to migrate to New Zealand, then you have to apply through a New Zealand Pharmacy Council. They have to do your document verification. Then they will give you, let you know when you can sit in the exam. So the first step called initial skill assessment, we need, these are the documents from your side, like your degree and transcript, or the registration as a pharmacist are mandatory, then passport and national ID like Aadhaar card as we are in India, and birth certificate, and one need passport size photograph. These are the 7 documents required to apply Australian Pharmacy Council for the this initial skill assessment. They will check your documents and they will let you know you are eligible to apply for the exam. So, but so far around 1,000 students from Academically already joined us, and not a single student got a negative outcome. So from any PCI approved college you are studying, obviously your college is approved. I mean, it is one of the oldest college in Tamil Nadu. So are studying here, one of the prestigious college. So I'm just giving a like overview. So any PCI approved college in India, they will recognize by the Australian Pharmacy Council. Okay. So this step you need to pay the fees 1310. So around 70 to 75,000 Indian rupees you need to pay for this step 1 fees to the Australian Pharmacy Council. So this is my first pictures I have taken 2017. So this is the University of Sydney. This is called Quadrangle, and behind that is a School of Pharmacy. So School of Pharmacy, one of the oldest pharmacy in Australia, and I can say around the world. They established this school in 1899, and since then more than 125 years, around 124 years, this pharmacy school is still running, and they are providing a very good opportunities for the pharmacists. Okay, first step you complete initial assessment, and then you have to sit in the exam called CAPS exam. The full form knowledge assessment of pharmaceutical sciences. So basically, those are completed pharmacy from US, Canada, UK, and Australia. Now they want to practice in Australia. Then they need to write the exam called CAOP, for the separate exam. But rest of the world, you are from, like we are from India, so you need to write this CAPS exam, knowledge assessment of pharmaceutical sciences. Okay, and you need to pay the fee 2230. So total 3,540 Australian dollars you need to pay to the Australian Pharmacy Council directly to them for their. Okay. So what is this exam basically? What they ask? What is the domain basically they cover in this exam? So this is very easy exam. I can say there is no negative marking, and you need to score only 50% to pass this exam. So they will give you the 100 questions, multiple choice questions, and there is a 2-hour time. Okay, and then there is a 1-hour gap. Then you need to write the paper 2. So there is a same 2 papers you need to write in the same exam, same day basically, paper 1 and paper 2. So there is a 4 domains they ask basically the questions like pharmaceutics, pharmacotherapy, and pharmaceutical chemistry, and pharmacology and physiology. So like paper 1, they will cover basically chemistry plus pharmacology and physiology. Then paper 2, pharmaceutical, including the calculations and pharmacotherapy, they will cover. Okay. So this is, I can say, one of the easiest exam in the world. If we compare like in GPAT in India or NIPER or PBC for Canada or NAPLEX for US. So this is really very easy exam. So after 2 to 3 weeks, you give the exam, you will get the result. And once you pass the exam, then they will send you an email. You pass the exam, and they will give you in one PDF. And based on that PDF result, they will give you a CAPS exam. You can start looking at jobs in Australia. Academically will provide the assistance for you, job such assistance. Okay, so no need to worry. So where is the CAPS exam centers in India? So there are 8 centers in India. You can write the exam, like Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon, then Pune, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai. So these are the 8 centers in India. You can write the exam anywhere in India. And the exam conducting 3 times a year, like March, July, and November. So Pharma Tutors, you might be know some of the students. This is one famous portal in India. They published recently one article about academically results. So 93% students pass this exam in first attempt from academically. So in the last exam, 60 students hit in the exam. 57 of them passed the exam in first attempt. Okay, so this is a really easy exam. You can pass in your first attempt. And you also need to pass English test, as I mentioned. You can go for, so there is a 2 type of English requirement, like 2 exams, like a general and academic one. So you have to choose academic, IS academic or PT academic or OET, okay? So we provide coaching for IELTS, we provide coaching for OET, we provide coaching for PT. So this is your own choice, any test you can choose. Those are little bit weaker students. We also provide them the basic English course. Then they can go further for these courses. So if you're applying like industrial pharmacy, they need 2-year work experience, but there is no pharmacy exam. So you just need to apply for skill assessment, then English test, then file your visa and come to Australia. But 90% jobs are available in Australia in retail pharmacy or hospital pharmacy only. So in this field, industrial pharmacists are a little bit low jobs, or I can say around 10% jobs only in this field. Because Australia is a high income country and they are buying a lot of medicines from India itself. As you know, India is one of the pharmacy of the world. So we are exporting the medications about 170 countries to the world, right? So that's why they buy the medicine from the cheaper countries like India. And for pharmacy technician also the same, step 1, step 2, step 3. There is no need to add any pharmacy exam, but need work experience as a pharmacy technician. So once you completed this CAPS exam plus English exam you pass, then you need to apply your permanent visa, PR visa, or you can start looking a job and the company will sponsor your work visa. So both possibilities is there. And you can basically migrate with your family. So if you are a married husband, wife, kids, you all together you can migrate to Australia. So you have to work in Australia for 1 year as an intern pharmacist, or internship you have to do. So this is not like Indian internship you are doing as a pharmacy student. So here you will get a salary around $30 per hour salary for you. So around 3 to 3.5 lakh per month you will have as an intern pharmacist for 1 year. Once you become a pharmacist after 1 year, then you will get 4 to 5 lakh Indian rupees minimum salary for pharmacist. Okay, and then you can work as a retail pharmacist or hospital pharmacist, or you can work as a consultant pharmacist or clinical pharmacist. Okay, so if you want to become a consultant pharmacist or clinical pharmacist for this, so there is a association called SHPA, SHPA. You can write. SHPA is the Society of Hospital Pharmacists of Australia. Okay, SHPA, and they provide the separate course to become a clinical pharmacist. So in Australia, you cannot work directly as a clinical pharmacist. First, you become a pharmacist. You have to pass a CAPS exam in English, go to Australia, complete 1-year internship, become a pharmacist. Then you apply for SHPA to become a clinical pharmacist. You have to work full time, and simultaneously, this is an online course. You can complete within 6 months, and you can become a clinical or consultant pharmacist. Okay. So on an average salary for Australia, in Australia, the pharmacists are 80 to 120,000 yearly Australian dollar. In Indian rupees, 3 to 5 lakh per month. And average time will take around 6 months to 1 year. So these are some of the reviews from our students. And I think Siva and Abdul already, maybe Abdul is in your college. So this is his number. So you guys can ask him if you have any questions personally. But we provide the link in the chat box. Those are online. So fill the form. Our team will get back to you. Or you can write your questions. We will call you back and give you the answer, whatever you have in doubt. Okay? You can also talk to our managers like Sadiq and Ami, or you can email us at any time. So I'm happy to help you guys. And thanks for listening and with the questions. Now I will take some of your questions. So first of all, I will take questions from the faculty. Hi, sir. Can you please ask any questions and doubts? And basically, I provide the assistance for pharmacists. So around the world, there is the opportunity. So I always make videos. Okay. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. So you will get a lot of new information, the opportunities for you in abroad. For example, Italy, Switzerland, Europe, Canada, US, UK. You can find a lot of videos on my channel. I always make videos for you guys. Please like and subscribe videos. Or now you can ask me any questions. This is my name, Dr. Akram Ahmad. You also can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere.
Thank you so much, sir, for clearly explaining the process and procedure to migrate to Australia. So here there are students who are open with questions regarding how to apply. If you have any doubts on the process for registering as a pharmacist, or if you are interested in studying higher studies, doing a specialization in a specific specialty like infectious disease or cardiology. So what is the procedure? So sir can give us some inputs about it. So student, you can volunteer with some questions.
Yeah, sure. I mean, can you please share the feedback from the chat box?
Yes, sir.
So guys, there is several specialties are available in Australia also. So if you want to go to do MS or basically master of pharmacy in India, like right, this is a master degree in India, right? But in Australia, they provide 2 chances to become a pharmacist. After 12th, you can go directly for a 4-year Bachelor of Pharmacy. You can become a pharmacist. But some students did any science degree like BSc in microbiology, chemistry, or ZBC, or any other relevant subject. Now, if they want to practice in Australia as a pharmacist again, so in that case, again, they can go for Master of Pharmacy 2-year program. So this is not like in India, Master of Pharmacy, like pharmacology, pharmacy practice, chemistry, or cognosy. So takes like that, So this is a course to register yourself as a pharmacist in Australia. Okay. So in Australia, if anyone wants to do PhD, after 4-year bachelor degree, after BPharm, they can directly enroll in the PhD program. So there is no need to do any master degree. No need to go for any MPhil or any MS program in Australia. Okay, but some certain conditions. So your score must be like 75+%. Then only you can directly go in PhD admission. But if you are not getting in that, you got like 74%, 70% or 60, 65%. In that case, you have to complete first MPhil for 2 years, and MPhil will lead into PhD. Okay, so most likely in Australia, there is not much concept to specialization like in US. In US, a lot of they are providing courses for you guys. Australia generally like healthcare management, MS, or public health, MPH. After PharmD or BPharm, you can do in Australia, or infectious disease PG diploma is there for 1 year if you want to do. But if you want to settle down in Australia, you want to practice here, you want to get your permanent visa in Australia. So for that, they give basically yearly, there is some occupations name. So if you are, for example, pharmacist in the occupation list, so once you pass the exam, then you can apply the job and the visa. But since if you are working in any other field like pharmacovigilance, clinical research, or some other relevant things, so you cannot apply the PR visa because this is not in the government PR list of course. Okay? So choose a course very wisely. Yes, once you got your PR visa permanently, then you can do. I mean, you can do in MD also in Australia after BPharm or PharmD. So many students ask me this question that, sir, I completed my pharmacy degree. Can I go to become a medical doctor? So you can also medical doctor become in Australia. You can do MD. MD is a 4-year program after BPharm or PharmD. Okay. So basically in Australia, the concept as I mentioned earlier, any science degree holder, whether it is a BSc or BS or like in pharmacy, nursing, physiotherapy, any allied health science degree holder, they can directly go for MD. So MD is a UG course as like they separate to MBBS. So anyone want to practice in Australia as a medical doctor, so they can go for MBBS 6-year program, or after BSc or bachelor degree in science, then they can go for MD degree. So you also can go for MD, PhD, MPH is here, MS in clinical research is here. There are so many courses, you can go. But most likely in MS, there is a very low chance to get a scholarship. Okay. So if you want to get a scholarship, you want to study like me, I study free of cost in Australia. So in that case, you have to work very smart, basically from now onwards. Basically, I can say if you are doing PharmD or even BPharm or MPharm, so you have to do your research project and publish in a good journal, especially the PubMed Index or Scopus Index journal. When I was a student under Sir, I published several papers when I was a student. Like you also do, then you can get a scholarship easily. So without having any teaching experience or no publications, no research experience, they might not offer you the scholarship. They might give you the admission in PhD or MS. Okay, so if you can work for some years, especially work on your CV, improve your CV, and definitely there is a chance for you for the study. Faculty, any other question or a student can ask any question? Yes, Muhammad Manohar, please ask online. Manohar, can you please ask your question? Or Abdul, you can ask the students.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes. Hi.
Hello, Akram, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I want to know that what is the age bar for the internship or job in abroad?
Yes. So I was forgot to mention that if you are applying any PR visa, permanent visa in Australia, so your age must be below 45 years of age. 45 below. 45.
Below 45. Okay.
Yes.
And sir, is there any English course to have to pass?
Yes.
Like IELT or the international level English course or training you have to pass?
I have already mentioned in my slide. You need to
pass. I did join, sir. That way, sorry.
Okay. So any English-speaking country, if you want to migrate, you need to write the English test, whether it is Australia, New Zealand, Canada, UK, US. So IELTS, PTE, OET, any test you can give.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And those are online. Please fill the chat box one form. So our team will get back to you.
Yes, sir.
Or, yes,
From
please.
few questions from our side. So, how much does it cost for this CAPS exam and for this process, sir?
I mean, that total cost is, I think I mentioned, I forgot to mention, we provide the EMI option up to 12 months. For example, if you join today, you can pay the fees and everything next 12 months. Okay. So we have a tie-up, but this option only for Indian citizens. If anyone joins us online from any other country, so we can't help you. But if you are Indian citizen, we can help you for EMI. So hardly the total money you need 4 to 5 lakh rupees, Indian rupees, to complete the whole process. And you no need to pay all together. You have to pay the step-by-step fee.
So EMI month, so that 5 lakhs monthly you can pay as an
I mean,
installment.
EMI for our academically charges we can, but there is some government charges as I mentioned, $3,540. That you have to pay from your own, but this is including, I am telling you each and everything. But for EMI, we only offer for academically fees.
Okay, so from academically, how many students are working as registered pharmacists in Australia, sir?
There is so many around, currently we have enrolled, I think, more than 400 students. Those are taking different classes with us. And previous batch student passed 57. Before that passed, I think, 51 students. So this is the fourth basically time we are running the exam, because yearly time they conduct the exam. So more than 100 students already in Australia with us from academically for pharmacists. But we have a lot of courses we provide for MBBS, dentists, lab technician, nurses. So altogether 1,000 students I can say.
That's great to hear, sir. And regarding this CAPS exam, is it written or oral, sir?
Yes, so basically this is a multiple choice question. This is a computer-based exam. They will give you the question and there is a 4 options for you. You just choose one of the options. There is no negative marking. So this is, I can say, a written exam only. But you no need to write any short type of the answer or something. It is the multiple choice questions only.
Okay, sir. So once CAPS exam you have passed, then we'll have to do a 1-year residency over there.
Yes, this is basically a job. This is a paid job. So a student has to do, they will get salary around $30 per hour while they are doing internship.
And once that 1-year internship is over, we directly get the license in hand. Is it, sir?
Basically, when you are doing internship, so once you complete the internship, 70%. Okay. So basically, the CAPS exam, this is the additional step for overseas qualified pharmacists. Okay. So once the student pass the CAPS exam, so now they will consider as a local student. So if anyone completed a Bachelor of Pharmacy from Australia, Australian citizen, so they also need to go for 1-year internship. They also need to write, there's 2 exams. It's called oral exam and written exam. So written exam, nothing but they will just want to check the law in order in Australia. This is an open book exam and no one failed in this exam. Around 99% students pass in that exam. Okay, this is an open book exam. Student can see the answer in internet, can see in the booklet, But another exam called oral exam, also called a OSCE exam. So this exam, when they are doing an internship, so they have to do an internship under the supervision of a Australian registered pharmacist. So this pharmacist will mentor the student. They will train them for this exam as well. So many students, they no need to get any, they pass themselves this exam. But we also provide the coaching for that exam as well. So student, if they need our assistance after 1 year, so separately they can enroll in that course. So our promise to pharmacists, basically, until they become a registered pharmacist, we will give them all the services. So these process for local or overseas pharmacists, they have the same process for everyone. The CAPS exam, the only extra step I need to do by the overseas qualified pharmacist.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. And Abdul sir can also like clarify a few doubts of the students.
Yes, please. You can ask basically guys in the Tamil also.
Yes, yes.
Please ask the student. You know, guys, when I was a student in Annamalai, so sir always invited a lot of speakers from US and UK here and there. So I always went, like half an hour before the start the session. I was sitting like first and second row, and tried to write my own question, ask the speaker, all this. Please don't be shy. Ask your question. So if you have any doubts, so you can take your wise decision basically, Australia or New Zealand, or if you want to go any other country for you.
Thank you so much, sir, for all the inputs and patiently clarifying all our doubts. We are so happy to hear from you and update ourselves. Thank you, sir. And now Abdul sir will answer a few of the questions that the students are raised.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, Abdul.
sir.
You.
Yeah.
I will take care from here, sir. So I will address their questions and I will come back, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. There is a question in the chat box from Mohammed Marzouk. Mohammed, if you can unmute yourself and ask, you have written 2-3 texted, right? 2-3 text here in the chat box. What is actually your question? You are just copy and pasting from somewhere. What is your actual question, Mohammed Marzouk? Unmute yourself and ask.